Hi everyone, Rix here, and in this video we're going to talk about, well, briefly this pencil holder that I made in my garage, but more importantly, the creation of a tone chart to go with this set of pencils. So let's get to it. Okay, well, right off the bat you can probably tell that I have a hodgepodge of drawing pencils here. They clearly don't all come from the same set, and this is one of the big reasons why I like to create a tone chart so that it makes it easy for me to decide which pencil to go to right away rather than having to continually experiment. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second when we get into the tone chart. But let me explain what's going on here with this wacky little pencil holder thing I created some time ago. You know, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where certain artists only use a small number of pencils. So you've probably heard about the method using 5 pencils, and some people use 3 pencils and an eraser and a mechanical pencil, and that's all they're going to use, and all that's great. You have to find your own. What tools work best for you, and stick with it, or explore other avenues if you like that. That's the nice thing about art and drawing, is do what makes you feel good. Just do wherever the road leads you. Well, I have so many pencils that I don't like to waste. Notice that I have, like here, my 4H pencil. This is a Casimir, okay? Casimir. Now, I took this out of a pencil set that I did a review on because I needed a 4H pencil, and this was a decent 4H pencil, so I went ahead and put it in the hole here for 4H. You can see that I've labeled the pencil holder here with these tone values, these pencil values. Well, then right here I've got these Tombow Mono pencils, really good pencils from Japan, Tombow Mono. And then after the 6B, I go straight into Mars Lumograph, Staedtler Mars Lumograph pencils here. You can see that. And I start with the 7B and 8B. Now, you might be wondering, well, why don't I go with all Mars Lumograph, or why don't I go with Tombow Monos? Well, normally I would, but when I first started out with my Mars Lumograph, which I happen to like, personally I like it the best because of its carbon infused graphite when you get into the 7B on up pencils. I happen to like that. But I already used up the Mars Lumograph pencils that I had in previous drawings, and rather than go out and buy some more, which I would normally do if I wasn't so involved in all these different pencils that I have thousands and thousands of pencils that I want to use them. So I went and grabbed the Tombow Mono so that I could fill up these pencils that I had already used up. And I haven't quite used up these two yet because a lot of times I'll use this General 9XXB in lieu of these two pencils from Staedtler. So this is why I have this mix. And before I go out and buy some more Mars Lumograph, I want to kind of use up the pencils I already have because I have so many. Then here we have this Woodless pencil. I have a 10B Woodless and I have a 12B Woodless. And the main reason why I have these here in Woodless is because, number one, my Woodless sets actually went that high. Went all the way up to 12B. Now I could have gone up to, I believe it's 10B with my Mitsubishi Hayuni pencil set, but I don't want to break up that set. I want to keep them all in that case, and I'm using them for pencil reviews and so forth, so I'm just leaving those alone. And I really like these Woodless pencils. This one here being the Pervent was really nice. I recently did a review on those. There was the ones that came in all broken and everything, but I was able to salvage a 10B and a piece of the 12B, which getting a 12B was kind of nice. And so that sets me up for this hodgepodge of pencils. Then down here, I have my charcoal pencils, my carbon pencils. These are the really, really dark stuff. Like here's the charcoal, and I have a black color pencil here, the Colorase from Prismacolor, carbon sketch. These are really, really dark pencils, the Negro pencils, and this is another Negro pencil. So these are the real, real dark, along with, of course, the 9XXB, which I have here. Here is the paper that I'm currently using. Until I use this up, I'm going to keep using it. And this is simply a recycled Bristol. Now, regular Bristol's fine. This is just recycled from Canson, and it works really good. And I've done a lot of the photorealistic or hyper-realistic drawings were done using this paper. And when you come in here and you pull out your paper, for example, I'm going to grab a sheet here. It's a pretty thick drawing paper. This one here happens to be 96 pounds. You have two sides. And if you look, or actually feel very carefully, one will have more of a rougher feel. It will have more of the paper design or fibers, rough fibers coming out. And the other side will be smooth. It's the smooth side that I use. Now normally I wouldn't be putting my fingers all over the paper like this because it will show up, but this is not going to be a drawing. This is going to be the tone chart. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to take these pencils that I have on the top. I don't want to use these charcoals or whatever for this. That's not necessary. And I don't need to do the 9XXB, but I want to do all the graphite ranges that I have here and put it on here so that I will know instantly which one of these refers to which one of these pencils, and I can go straight to it. So starting with my Casimir 4H, I'm going to draw my shading pattern. All right, so now I have my tone chart where I can easily see really quick which tone that I really want to go to, which pencil for whatever my drawing is. Now, here's another thing that you want to do, and I made this small enough so I can add another row here, is take your 4H or your 2H. In this case, I'm just going to take the 4H, and you want to go through and you want to draw all the way across here. So example, I'm going to take this 4H and I'm going to draw it all the way across. Okay, now I got 4H all the way across. I'm going to use this little Q-tip here, this little earbud thingy, and I want to just blend real gently, just want to blend those 4H's. Alright, great. Now, going over, starting with the 2H, we can leave the 4H alone. We want to go and do a 2H above that 4H's that we just did. So I'm going to go with my 2H. Okay. My HB. B. 2B. 4B. 6B. 7B. 8. 8B, 10B, and 12B. Now, if you take a look at those, you'll notice that you get a kind of a different tone to it. And that's because the fibers, the white fibers that show through on these darker, softer pencils up here are filled in here. Then you take your Q-tip, and what you might want to do, which is what I like to do, is on the very bottom of these, this bottom strip, is I'm going to blend 1/3, the bottom 1/3. And I'm going to turn the Q-tip around so I can use the clean side for each one. Okay, and that does it. So if you take a look at my tone chart, this is straight on white paper. This is with a base layer of 4H, because I often will use a base layer before I go darker. That way I can fill in all those white fibers. And then it's blended. This is the blended look of it. And so I will cut this out. And I will tape it to my easel. Well, that's going to do it for this video. You can see that I have my gradient tonal chart right up there, and here's my drawing, for example, and I can now quickly just take a look up here. For example, I can see that I need something in the dark range here for the side of the nose, and it looks like a 7B or an 8B looks pretty good. Just quickly referencing that, I can go ahead and just grab it, and I just can go ahead and start using that pencil, making sure that, yep, that's the tone that I like, right there. Yeah. Okay, well anyway, I'll get back to that in a little bit. Want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.